Question 1. Which rarely mentioned alien species secretly influenced early trade negotiations on Deep Space Nine? Please consider your answer before revealing the solution. The Talarians, the Breen, the Benzites, the Dosi, the Dosi. Why this issue matters? The Dosi, introduced in Season 1, Episode 4, Babel, are a little-known alien race obsessed with structured negotiation rituals. Their presence reinforced Deep Space Nine's early emphasis on commerce, diplomacy, and political nuance, helping establish DS9 as a more grounded and realistic Star Trek series. This episode is valuable context for readers researching DS9 alien species, Deep Space Nine diplomacy, and early Star Trek world-building. Question 2. What was the original, abandoned purpose of the station before it became Deep Space Nine? Take a moment to choose the most accurate answer. A Romulan listening post, a Federation deep space research station, a Klingon military outpost, a Cardassian ore processing and forced labor station, a Cardassian ore processing and forced labor station. Why this matters? The Cardassians built the station, formerly known as Terok Nor, to exploit Bajoran slave labor. This dark origin shaped nearly every major storyline in DS9, from Bajoran resistance trauma to Cardassian guilt and political instability. This backstory remains central to discussions about occupation narratives in science fiction and Deep Space Nine realism. Question 3. Which long-running DS9 concept was nearly removed after Season 1 due to uncertainty about audience acceptance? Select the answer you believe is correct. Miles O'Brien's family storyline, Kira Nerys resistance background, Julian Bashir's genetic secrets, the Dax symbiont concept, the Dax symbiont concept. Why this matters? Early uncertainty around the Trill symbiont idea nearly resulted in its removal. Instead, the writers expanded the concept, ultimately introducing Ezri Dax in Season 7. This decision deepened DS9's exploration of identity, memory, continuity, and gender, themes still widely analyzed in 2025. Question 4. Which real-world political conflict most strongly influenced the Dominion War storyline? Reflect carefully before revealing the answer. The Cold War, the Falklands War, the Vietnam War. The Balkan conflicts of the 1990s. The Balkan conflicts of the 1990s. Why the question matters? The Dominion War mirrored the fragmentation, ethnic tension, and unstable alliances seen in the Yugoslav wars. This influence gave DS9 a rare sense of authenticity and complexity, making it a frequent subject of modern academic analysis on science fiction and real-world conflict. Question 5. Which episode was intentionally written to challenge the moral authority of Starfleet itself? Choose your answer before proceeding. Trials and Tribulations, The Visitor, Far Beyond the Stars, In the Pale Moonlight. In the Pale Moonlight? Why this matters? This episode openly questions Federation ethics, portraying Captain Sisko making morally compromising decisions to secure victory in the Dominion War. People still cite it as one of the most powerful examples of ethical ambiguity in television science fiction in 2025. Question 6. What made Deep Space Nine strategically more important than most Federation starbases? Please select the most accurate answer. Advanced cloaking technology, integrated Borg nanotechnology, temporal shielding, proximity to the Bajoran wormhole. Proximity to the Bajoran wormhole. Why this matters? The stable wormhole to the Gamma Quadrant transformed DS9 into a political, economic, and military focal point. This unique positioning allowed for long-term storytelling involving new civilizations, trade empires, and galactic warfare, setting DS9 apart from an earlier Star Trek series. Question 7. Which character's religious role directly conflicted with Starfleet's secular principles? Make your selection. Odo, Miles O'Brien, Worf, Benjamin Sisko. Benjamin Sisko. Why this matters? As both a Starfleet captain and the Bajoran emissary of the Prophets, Sisko occupied an unprecedented dual role. This ongoing tension between faith and rationalism remains one of DS9's most distinctive narrative achievements. Question 8. Which alien species was deliberately rewritten on DS9 to subvert a long-standing Star Trek stereotype? Choose carefully. The Jem'Hadar, the Vulcans, the Andorians. The Ferengi. Why this matters? Through characters such as Quark, Rom, and Nog, the Ferengi evolved from shallow caricatures into complex figures exploring capitalism, ethics, social reform, and wartime economics. Modern franchise analysis now widely praises DS9's handling of the Ferengi. Question 9. What was the long-term narrative purpose of introducing Section 31 in Deep Space Nine? Select the best answer. To replace Starfleet intelligence. To explain Borg behavior. To justify time travel restrictions. To expose the darker side of Federation idealism. To expose the darker side of Federation idealism. Why this issue matters. Section 31 revealed that even utopian societies rely on covert operations and moral compromise. This concept later influenced multiple Star Trek series and remains relevant in discussions about power, security, and ethics in speculative fiction. Question 10. Why is Deep Space Nine frequently described in 2025 as the most modern Star Trek series? Choose your answer. Its visual effects still rival modern productions. It focused mainly on exploration. It avoided political themes. Its serialized storytelling and moral complexity. Why this matters. Deep Space Nine pioneered long-form narrative arcs, evolving character development and sustained moral tension, all hallmarks of modern prestige television. This phenomenon is why DS9 is often cited as being ahead of its time and highly relevant to today's streaming-era audiences.